Hey, this is Jerry Fetta giving you today's Thursday thoughts. Okay, I've got a really interesting video that's going to involve Taylor Swift and some other really cool ideas. But before I do that, okay, I want to tell you about something. You need to watch to the end of the video. I'm going to give you a special offer. So stick through to the end. You're not going to want to miss that. But it's involving a digital boot camp that I'm going to be doing. And I want to give you some information on it. I'm gonna wait to the end to give that to you, and it's gonna be awesome. It's not something you've probably ever seen or been to before, and so it's important that you stick around. But until then, I'm gonna jump into my content today and talk about Tay Tay this Thursday. Hey, this is Jerry Fetta back with Thursday Thoughts. So I wanted to give my thoughts on this whole Taylor Swift situation, and if you've not been paying attention, she's basically re-recording all of her music right now, right? And the reason why is she lost her rights to the music. A lot of artists will do that. They'll go for money up front, and so they give up the rights to their music. And so she's now seeing, like, owning her brand, owning her music is important, and she's actually putting the work in to re-record all of it, right? Now, I love this, and it just coincides with one of my employees. His wife went to a Taylor Swift concert here in Tampa Bay the other day, and I believe it was Raymond James Stadium, and she said they sold it out. It was like 30,000 or 50,000 people, 3 days in a row. And so it just goes to show, like, the difference between active income and passive income, right? And this is what I think about this. So Taylor Swift is an amazing artist. She's incredible at what she does. She's been around for many years. She started very young. You know, she's been through the ups, the downs, changed genres. She gets criticism. You know, she may be a little bit crazy with the men. Like, that's totally off to the side, right? But she's doing her thing. And so when she goes to a concert and sells out the concert, that's called active income. Okay, I watched some highlights from her concert. She's changing outfits, she's doing dances, she's performing, she's singing, you know, she's being animated, enthusiastic, all this stuff because it draws in attention. And someone's gonna buy a ticket and they're gonna pay to be there to actively watch her live at that show, right? That's active income. Taylor gets that, right? Now, one thing that she's doing now is she's starting to build up her passive income. By owning the rights to her music, she's gonna have the residual income, right? The royalties, more money coming in on her end, which she probably got some already, but I'm sure it increases by her owning all the rights. And so she's even thinking with, how do I build income I don't have to trade my time for? See, Taylor knows at some point the looks are gonna go away. The voice is not gonna be the same. Okay, the music genre is not gonna hit the same. It's gonna be different interests for people. And she understands that her active income window is limited. Okay, I relate this to Tony Robbins. If you guys know the speaker Tony Robbins, they actually are calculating, like his team, how long his voice has left. Right, like they've got it down to a science. How many more shows does Tony have in him? How longer is his voice gonna hold out? And so they're maximizing what they can while he's there now, and obviously trying to prolong that. But they're looking at, okay, he's making money now, but how do we get involved in more businesses? And so I love what Taylor's doing, and I had to do something recently in my own business. Okay, so we went through and recently, you know, we're redoing a lot of our stuff. We redid our LLC, we're redoing our operations, we're redoing a lot of our content, we're redoing a lot of our systems. And the thing is guys, I can make quick money in a business just like anyone can. I can help someone, I can jump on a call, I can show them how to build wealth, I can give them education, systems, strategies, and get paid today. But how do I turn this into something that scales out and it provides my passive income and long-term wealth? So just like Taylor did, I started redoing my own stuff, okay? Now, from a music standpoint, I'm not a Taylor Swift fan at all. I don't like her music, I would never listen to it for fun, but I respect her hustle. Okay, I know what it's like going through and recording this stuff and redoing everything you've already done before. And this is really what separates good from great, right? Is, you know, it's just a degree of looking at, okay, do I want to be lazy or successful? Okay, this mindset of I already did this once, I don't want to have to do it again, right? And it's the whole thing behind the man in the arena and rebuilding is really, you're not rebuilding, you're just building, right? You're not re-eating when you ate before, you're just eating again. You're not re-sleeping when you slept yesterday, you're just sleeping again. Right, so Taylor, she's recording her stuff. She's not redoing it all, she's just doing it again. Okay, for me, I'm building my business and my assets back up. I'm not redoing it, I'm just doing it from where I'm at again, right? It's a repetitive, successful action that you really should never stop doing. And I'm sure when Taylor's done finishing like all the re-recording, she's gonna record new stuff. And when she records the new stuff, it's gonna be under her label. She's gonna own it. She's not gonna give up the rights to it. And so she's not redoing it, she's just continuing on with a successful action, right? So in your own life, I want you thinking about, where could I be doing this? Okay, because this is what I thought of. I was like, okay, good, so my active income, right? So I need to be doing that. And I'm very focused on investing. So when I looked at, the active income, I was like, okay, I could actually be doing more on my active income too. Right? For her, that's more concerts, more shows, more ticket sales. Okay, for me, that's putting in more time on the business, maybe doing more direct client interactions, doing more sales calls, recruiting more people, being boots on the ground in my company and in my life, and actually being there at the front lines. Right? And here's the thing for my clients I want to communicate to you is we get very focused on passive income, almost to the point that we alienate active income. Active income is what we got us there in the first place. The active income is the reason why we could save, the reason why we could save and invest, the reason why we really have the passive income. So there is no passive income without active income. If Taylor Swift was not an excellent musician, writer, performer, there would be no reason to re-record anything because no one would give a shit. Like, why would somebody that doesn't have an audience and a reach and demand for what they do be re-recording their stuff to take control of something that they don't make money off of in the first place? Okay, so your active income, I want you to think about, like, what do I do to earn more active income right now? Okay, is that more hours? Is that getting a pay raise, right? Pay raises are still a thing, by the way. I talked to a guy yesterday that's a client, and he got a significant pay raise, and he's getting another one, right? You got to skill up. It's not that pay raises aren't a thing. It's that improving ourselves has become not a thing. Okay, I talked to one of my employees yesterday. He's like, hey, I want to go get my life insurance license. I was like, that's a great idea because you can increase your income, right? You can be more valuable to the team and the company. So if you're trying to increase your active income, you need to first increase your value, your skill level, the what you're delivering, whether that's to a boss, to a customer, to your team, whatever it might be. And then I want you to look at, okay, how do I take what I've already done and do it again so it's passive next time? Right? Like, how do I, if I'm working hourly, like, how do I take the money I already worked for and take that money and work for it in a way that now it's going to be passive? And I say work for it in a way because taking active income we've saved to make it passive will still take some work. Okay, I'm gonna have to learn, I'm gonna have to invest, I'm gonna have to study, I'm gonna have to attend masterminds, I'm gonna have to do a lot of stuff that gets me in a position to do that, right? So my rule is, like, I worked for the dollar once, I'm not gonna work for the same dollar ever again. It's not a twice thing on that dollar, right? I take that money and I learn and I invest it. I put that in programs like gold leasing, I put that in programs like turnkey rental properties, I put that in programs like seller finance real estate, so that the wealth I've already built with my active activities and my efforts can now scale out and provide that residual income, right? And here's the thing is that this is work, right? I'm sure Taylor's working harder than she ever has before. For me, my experience with this is I'm also working harder than I ever have before, right? I'm working until, 10:30 p.m., like, working on systems and things I've done before. I'm up at 7 making phone calls and texts out to clients. So be ready to put the work in and just realize that that's part of the game. Right? Nobody said this was going to be no work, right? But here's the thing is after 10 or 15 years of this, then you have the freedom. And that's what you're building towards right now. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up here. I did say that I have a special message for you at the end of the video. Okay, so here we go. Saturday, June 3rd. Okay, mark your calendar, Saturday, June 3rd. I'm doing what's called the In the Arena Digital Bootcamp. Okay, this is the first of many boot camps we're going to be doing. This digital boot camp is going to have 6 people, 6 speakers that have made it into the top 1% of what they do. Okay, they've either built or rebuilt themselves from the ground up, and they're going to share with us, like, these are people that are in the arena. They're going to share with us what did they do, how did they get there, what barriers did they overcome, how did they ignore the critics, what can we be doing to accelerate our wealth. And then here's the great part about this is not just an event where you're going to be excited and motivated and then you're going to go home and do nothing. You're going to get done with the event and then our team's going to reach out to you and say, good, let's get to work. Just like Taylor's doing, let's get to work. What do we need to start doing? What activities can we help you with? So you've actually got support on the back end. So if you want to get a ticket to that, my team is going to drop the link in the description. It's $99 for a ticket, right? And that's going to be June 3rd. You're not going to want to miss it. Thanks for watching today. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you next time.